Live. Would you please start the thing?
It said, huh? No, but it did what?
Oh. Would you
Hello.
please
What? Hello, y'all. You know what?
fix it? What up? What up?
What up?
We're dating.
Yeah, we're dating tonight. All right. Where are we tonight? Where would people find us, Kendra, tonight?
Why don't y'all guess? We'll tell you at the end.
At the end? Oh hell no, we're gonna tell them right now.
Oh my God. We are in Perry, Georgia.
That's right. Look that up.
Off of
She took
75.
me on a date to Perry, Georgia.
I didn't.
Population 5.
It's not true. We're in Perry, Georgia of 75. Why? Because my mother is going to be doing a keynote speech tomorrow at the Georgia Agricultural,
Georgia Organics.
that too. And so we're staying at this Best Western.
I'm sorry, where are we staying?
It's Best Western in the East, Southeast. That's what we're saying.
So for those of you who are wondering, when you start dating again, where do you take?
First of all, this is not a date.
Oh,
This is taking our mother-in-law, who will cut you out the will if you keep it up. But this is taking her to where she needs to be, and then we just kind of tagged along to help her. But it smells like old senior citizens and cigarettes.
what do you have against old senior citizens?
But like with cigarettes and like mothballs.
That's really not nice. Anyway, so we are here. So we're talking about dating today. That is going to be tonight's discussion, and
Mm.
um, if you when you get older, you start to figure out like, hey, you know what, I'm stuck with you, right?
There ain't nothing about being stuck. We're stuck.
No, but when you get older, or the kids leave or whatever, we're trying to find ourselves here, right? We're trying to find our relationship. And so one of the things you start doing is you just start dating again. And that's, what we're going to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Dating expert. Go for it.
No, I'm not an expert, but I mean, one of the things. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about, at least, for now, we're going to talk about, what are some of the things that you can do?
Like to date?
Yeah, like what would you do? Like,
All right,
what are some of the creative dating ideas that you would have?
I don't have creative dating ideas.
Well,
why? Because
we're the Best Western.
Shut up. Because Jason and I are very different when it comes to dating. Like he's more romantic and I'm not. Come on, let's just put it out there.
Well, this may be true, but so then let me give some of my.
Yeah, you go ahead, romantic, because I would like, yo, chilling at home is good. Watch popcorn and a movie.
Watch what kind of movie?
Watching. Oh, I said watch popcorn and a movie. You can watch the popcorn too if you want to.
I just, it sounds like
it's the smell
a 4
of
to 5 letter word.
It's the smell
anyway,
of the cigarettes in this hotel.
Anyway,
hi everybody.
Well, some of the things that I've done, just recently, actually probably over the past couple of years, I have a thing for speakeasies. So I've taken you out to a couple of speakeasies,
yes, you
and
have.
And they can be nice. A speakeasy is a nice little bar or something. But there was one experience I did take Kendra on, and she didn't know she was going to a speakeasy, and she thought I was bringing her to the bathroom of a restaurant, and then I took her to the back, and I think you felt good after that, didn't you?
Well, I was like, I know he's not taking me to the restroom. I ain't that type of girl.
Well, sometimes you got to do something different.
Yeah, not that.
What? The
I-
bathroom?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
no.
Sanitary, COVID, and other stuff, legionnaires and all that. Listen. So wait. So let me go back for a second. So picture it. It's like Sophia Petrillo. Picture it. 1994.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about how you and I began our dating,
Oh, okay.
right? Because I think for some people who are in a relationship who also may have children, it changes, right? So Jason and I were a little more spontaneous when we didn't have children. We were also younger. So there were things that we used to do together that were fun. I mean, I was a basketball player. He played on a league at work. And so sometimes we would play ball in the evenings
Mhm.
after work. I would, really teach him how to box out because he wasn't good down low in the post, right? So I had to show him a little bit how to do some spin
But I'm
moves.
good in the box.
Okay, your spin move down in the post was not clean, and
I'm good in the box.
Okay, but I had to teach you how to not wrap around and whatever, and get an offensive foul, but also to beat the opponent. Would you stop? You gonna be in the box if you keep it up.
Promise.
So we was the rollerblade. Remember that time we tried to get our rollerblades and lock the keys in the car? Yes.
You locked them in the
You
car.
did. You were driving. So
Whose car was it?
it was my car that you locked the keys to my car in my car when you were driving. All that to say is we used to do those things. Jason loved street fairs. We would go to street fairs.
Yeah.
He loved Indian food. Notice all the things he loved. We would go and eat on 6th Street in New York City, street fairs, carnivals, stuff like that.
I missed that. I want to go back.
Right. So that we just did stuff on the go. And then we had kids. And that put a pause. Like Jason said last time, we didn't go on vacation for 10 years while we had children, like really together. So fast forward to now, and it's almost like going back to 1994, right? So we're just able to maneuver in a different way than we did before, but now we're much older.
And people change.
Yep.
And so you have to relearn.
Yep. Or wiser, or I guess I wouldn't say adventurous, but almost like we know more, so we can do things differently as we are dating again.
Well, but I think you hit a major point, right? Because when you're raising kids, you're kind of like, just trying to get through the days.
I'm trying to go to sleep.
Right, and trying to go to sleep.
Get rest.
And so, you ever try to hug a person who is just like, nah, I'm tired, and it's understandable. I mean, I look back now, it's understandable, but I did have issues with it. I'm like, well, look, shoot, I'm tired too, let's do something. But, but to the point where we're here now, right? We have changed over the last 25 years. And I think it's worth, dating so that you can get to know the person, who has developed over that time, because sometimes you may lose sense of it. If I'm being right, I mean, you're in a much better space right now. As a matter of fact, as a result, you've made some changes to job, and, you're doing some other things, which I'm very happy about. I'm very happy.
I know that. You see him like jumping for joy. Oh my God.
But, but it's important. You got to learn the person sometimes all over again. And there can be some fun in that.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So does anyone have any questions or things you want to know or learn about us while we kind of just chit-chatting? Please put some things in the chat, and that way we can kind of see. So, all right. So let's see, the last date we actually went on. Like, first of all, let's define what a date is. Maybe let's do that. Like, what is a date? All right. My definition of a date is when two people or groups of people go out together. Maybe let me take it back, because in my mind, that's the frame. You go out, right, on a date, and you enjoy each other's company, and there's mutual like likes, right? There's something that you mutually like to do, and that's considered it. And like you want to do it again because you really enjoy that person. So maybe that's what a date is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's not an appointment. But
No,
just,
no, I would agree with that. I agree with that. And I think, but yeah, I think where we are though, and when we're looking at dating is stretching a little bit because we do know each other,
Mhm.
but we want to stretch a little bit more and, just be more exploratory.
Okay, so what's the last date we actually went on that you would consider it like a date?
Well, I don't know.
Was it last week when we went in Anaheim, California? When we
You know what? Yes.
Okay, which day? Because one was supposed to be a date and then it turned into sour grapes at the end. And then the next day was nicer.
It wasn't. Anyway, we were in Anaheim last week. And I mean, we went to a couple of places. We went to two places that were on the water.
Yeah. So we
Right,
went to Laguna Beach and then the Huntington Beach.
Right. One in Anaheim, well, the one in Laguna was Las Brisas.
Yes.
And then the second place we went to was
Forgot.
the Hideout, or so like the Hideaway or something.
Something like that. Yep. Mhm.
But again, nice dinner. We were on the water and we just enjoyed ourselves. Nice conversation and whatever, And yeah, the first one was kind of sour grapes. I don't know why. I can't even remember.
Oh, I remember.
Oh,
so
really?
So it was nice. It was a good atmosphere, and Jason decided to pick up his phone and saw a news feed and just absolutely went off on a commentary that somebody was making, and he just could not unhook. And I was like, "Oh, good. Want some ice cream?" No, I was like, "Check." So that was the end of that, and we got in the car because he was sourpuss, and it had nothing to do with us. It was just some politics, and he couldn't unhook. So that was the end of that date. Yeah, that sucked.
Sometimes you just got to put the phone away.
Or just unhook. Like, there's nothing you could have done about that. You were with me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I'm not disagreeing.
The next day was really nice because then we sat next to each other and we had some good food. I had some mussels and clams, and you had some grouper.
Oh man,
doohickey,
that
and then
grouper was delicious.
But then we had dessert, and you had the chocolate banana, somebody bread pudding or whatever, and then he said the devil was real, and that was the end of that check. So
whatever weight I lost over the past several months, all right, I gained it all back with that one dessert. Damn, that was delicious. It was fattening. I mean, I felt guilty.
But it was so that was like one day. So our dating right now is this, right? This is the Finding Us dating year. We're taking the opportunity to relearn us, and we're doing it while we're traveling. So yeah, right now we're in the Best Western in Perry, Georgia. It wasn't part of the going somewhere once a month, but you take what you have and you try to make what you can from it. So
lemonade, is that where you're going with this? The lemons, the lemonade analogy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But we will not count this as like the place on the map.
Yeah, we're hanging out with farmers.
We are.
I mean, we're hanging out with organic farmers, which it's worth also saying this too. I mean, this is a good time to really say it, folks. You should be eating better food. Yes. I know that's not a part of the topic for tonight, and it's not a part of the plan, but we should be eating better food. Mm-hmm. And, one of the things that my mother-in-law, her mother, Karen Washington, talks about is just, food deserts, eating healthy foods, farming, growing your own crops and growing your own vegetables. And it's very important because we were at, Brian's place in his neighborhood, and there's $1 General, right? Or Dollar Tree, whatever it was a dollar store. But in the store was nothing but high processed foods. And I just, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because that's not what the topic is for tonight. But I do want to say to the people, I mean, since we're here, that eating healthy is something that we should do because it doesn't affect your mood.
Definitely.
It does affect your mood. It affects how much energy you have. And if you have low energy when you're trying to, have a relationship, it can be kind of difficult because you're sitting there like, I don't want to do anything. So
Yeah.
food does have an impact on dating in one way or another.
Yep, like that.
See how I did that? I just
just
wove that in like that.
It's terrible. But yes, so that's we're not going to count.
Terrible.
We're not going to count Best Western as one of our places to.
But you know what? So sometimes it's how you got to roll. You got to roll at a Best Western, baby.
It does smell like old cigarettes and carpet with mothballs.
Oh, well, I did, look, since we're here, I didn't know what to expect out of the Best Western, so I brought my own washcloth with me. That's how I get down. I bring my own washcloth.
I have my own washcloth as well. I just don't have my own towel.
Sometimes,
but there's a Walmart.
I got my own towel too.
Okay, it's Walmart up the street. So, so one of the things that Jason and I do is we also, we travel. So, we're thinking about a few other places to visit. So we were in Anaheim last week. That was for work, but we turned it into work pleasure.
Yeah, work play.
Yep. We were in Florida, in
Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah. And so right now, Florida is just not doing well. And so we might have to.
Actually, we're going to go right back down to Florida.
I don't know. I just can't. It just hurts me to give my money to
DeSantis.
Listen, let the kids learn about African American history, for crying out loud.
We're gonna take another derailment.
It is history. No, I'm just saying, let them learn. Let them learn. So next, let's see. The next time we're gonna go away in March.
Next week I'm away. Next week I'm in LA.
Yes, you're LA, and I am here hanging out because next week Kelly and I are gonna be together for our wine and sign event. So please, if you have your book.
That's right. What book is it?
It's called Unwrapped, The Pursuit of Justice for Women Educators, 1995 on all platforms. But we will be in Lawrenceville, Georgia, signing on February 25th. So come and see us and look on the social medias to find out where it will be.
25th?
Yes, it is the 25th of February. So, but in March, we're going to be in Cartagena, Colombia.
Yes.
So that's our next Finding Us sort of trip. And this is going to be cool. We've had the opportunity to go visit before, but this time not with our kids. So you guys will get to, not guys, I hate saying that because that doesn't.
All of you viewers.
Yes, all of you viewers, because that's not gender neutral, will see our family for the first time, like all four of us.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out
on Finding Us Live. And you also get to meet my brother and some cousins.
See some cousins, yep.
You'll get an opportunity to kind of see like our support group, but also the kids we always talk about, right?
Who are not kids anymore.
The grown men we always talk about.
The grown birds that flew the coop.
Yes, fly away. So that's March. So that should be fun because that's a whole different experience. So that's a week-long date.
So let's talk about this though, because we flew to Fort Lauderdale, Florida from Atlanta, and we got $45 round trip tickets. And again, yes, it was on Frontier. It is considered a budget airline. The pilots, I think, actually fly better than Delta's pilots in terms of how they fly.
But excuse me, love my Sky Miles and love my free luggage. So
I'm not hating on it.
We hating on Delta.
Saying,
they might be looking. It's not me.
I'm just saying. Look. If you got a budget, right, or sometimes you want to make just a real quick getaway, you can fly. I mean, some of our people are in Atlanta. Some of our people are also in New York. You can fly to different places. Actually, Bryant, my brother-in-law, got a ticket from New York, JFK, to Colombia for around $100.
Yes, he did.
So you can travel to these places for good prices. What you want to do is check the airlines on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Saturdays.
And early morning.
Early morning. Don't check them on payday because they know you just got paid, and so they're going to get in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being real.
And not midday, but early
And not
time.
midday. And you want to make your flying dates also Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
If you can.
But I'm just saying, in order to get the right rates.
Have the flexibility. But if you're looking at a vacation that's coming up, yeah, you want to try to do that.
Yeah.
With that said, that is enabling us in our current situation to be flexible. And so we're going to try to take advantage of that. But let me go back to the dating piece, right? So just a little bit of difference here, since we have a little more people on. Jason's a romantic. I'm not so much. Like I'm okay being a homebody and like chilling at home and watching a movie. First of all, I love movies. Second, Jason likes to go out, right? He likes to go to different places or whatever. And so there has to be a compromise, because there's sometimes where I'm just like, I'm good right here. Like, oh, I don't want to.
Well, that's how I am too, especially on vacation. Kendra will say, well, what do you want to do today? And I'll be sitting there looking at it going, I'm already doing it. It's called nothing.
Yeah. I mean, and vacation is where I want to explore. Like that's because I'm not home. So my mind goes to, we got to do something every day and like suck up the environment or what have you. So with all of that said, we are trying to, figure ourselves out in this new space and have fun with it and fumble. Be honest with you, right before we came on here, we were laughing about some stupid stuff, right? And of course, Jason was like, I'll make you laugh. And what you gonna do without me?
That's
when
right.
I'm gone and blah, blah, blah. Then we get on here, it's like, and dating is all about being together and loving each other. It's like,
no, you gotta make each other laugh. I mean, look, that's what you date, people who you really enjoy being around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, so let's go back in the past here, Jason.
Oh Lord, here we
go.
We're digging up the past. We're talking about the future. We're finding us, not found us.
The past a little bit, right? So when you first saw me, what you like about me?
Yeah, when you was 12 years old and I saw you on the street, I was thinking, I'm gonna make her my wife one day. She don't know it yet.
That's not how it went.
I was biting my lower lip and everything.
No, you weren't at 12.
Girl.
Okay, at 20. All right, so
at 20, I was dating somebody else. I wasn't thinking about you.
Oh, you see that? He wasn't thinking about me, but yet he was. So look, 1994. Here it is, Sophia Petrillo. Picture this, 1994. I come home from college, had a messed up relationship in there, whole other story. Jason had a little girlfriend in there too, whole nother story. But we were really good friends. And I remember going to visit Jason. He was going to, I ain't going there yet.
No.
I ain't going there, but you were going, good friend Dawn Brooks. We started Teach for America together. We were both teaching in New York City. She was teaching Spanish and I was teaching 4th grade. And Jason lived nearby because Dawn lived in the Bronx. And you were going on a trip. Now I am good at packing. Hey, Akeem, I'm good at packing. So I said, Jason, I'll come and help you, right? So we were really good friends. And did we go on a double date a couple of times or something? We met each other? I think so. So he had his girlfriend. I had my boyfriend. We would see each other in the city and bump into each other and stuff like that, right?
Stuff, yeah.
So the question I have for you, Jason, and then I'll answer it for myself too. What made you change your mind and go, hey, maybe I'll want to date Kendra?
All right. So at the time that, Kendra came over to my place, and at the time that she came over, I was seeing a few people at the time.
Oh, a few.
Yeah.
A few people.
A few people, like 4 or 5.
What the hell?
But that's not the point, right? We were just friends. Kendra and I were just friends, and I was tired. And Kendra came over, and I looked at you in the face, and I was just saying to myself, why am I not dating her? Like, 'cause I didn't want to get married at the time necessarily, but quote unquote, playing the field, takes a lot out of you. And I just wasn't really digging those folks. and Kendra and I just always got along. We always enjoyed each other's company, and we hung out. And so yeah, I made my move.
He did.
I did. I
He
made
made a
my
move,
move.
and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I pushed
When I
him.
made my move,
I pushed him away. It was like, and I'm out of here.
and I was like, "Wait."
He did. He
I was like, "Wait,
let's go.
you want to go
breakfast.
get some
I
breakfast?"
said, get the hell out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I was like, oh my God, Jason made a move on me. I never looked at him in that way at that time. Right.
We were sitting on I had a little couch in my bedroom. I know this ain't even sounding right.
It sounds like I was horrid.
No, but I
Yeah,
had a little couch in my bedroom, and we were watching a movie, and then Kendra fell asleep, and she had her legs kind of on my legs, and I was just looking at her like, I mean, look at how peaceful she looks. She has no makeup on and was just looking naturally beautiful.
oh, thank you. That was back then, but I was like, nope. So that was a no. And I remember I shared it with my mother because Jason and my mother knew each other well too. So I was just like, Mom, like Jason. And she was like, why you ain't looking at Jason? Why are you looking at him? And I'm like, he's my friend, right? So of course, fast forward a few months later, and it changed because then it got into my head that maybe I should look at Jason and maybe he would be a good person to date because we knew each other. And so that's kind of how it turned.
She knew she wanted to check out. She was like, what's so special about this dude? I had to show up.
Well, I think part of it too is we knew each other. So that's part of the dating, right? So I was not playing the field and had multiple boyfriends like Jason did.
I didn't have multiple boyfriends.
Multiple partners to be, keep it nice and clean and inclusive, but multiple partners. But I do know that there's something about having your person, your partner, the person you love, be your friend. Like there's something about making sure you know what he or she or they like, how you make them feel, how they make you feel. There's something about that. And in part of the dating process, even now, why we've hung in so long is because we were friends. So when shit hit the fan, when stuff was tough with kids or work or whatever, I leaned into, okay, this is a man that I actually know and know his heart, right? We knew each other for a long time.
Yes.
Length of time doesn't necessarily equate to getting to know someone deeply, but the amount of time, the time you actually spend with the person and how you get to know them matters. So knowing his family, he knew my family, our likes and dislikes. And still, I mean, even now there's things
but
on my daggone nerves.
I would, yeah, you get on mine too. But you know what though?
Not the same way you get on mine.
Look, I'm going to take it back to the real. This is the real, y'all. From the time, we became friends. So we talking about, 1985, 86. And then as I got older and stuff, Kendra always took my phone calls. I was going through some things when I was a teenager. She didn't know it, and I shared with her what I was going through. She always took my phone calls, and thankfully, my mother-in-law, who's now my mother-in-law, Karen, would pass those phone calls at sometimes 11 o'clock at night, 11:30. Imagine calling, like today, you call someone's house at 11:30, and this is before cell phones, and Karen's picking up, going, "Hello," because I done woke her up. And she still put Kendra on the phone, and Kendra took the call. And actually beyond that, I think actually there was a time, in addition to helping me pack one night, I was moving. I got a new place, and we weren't even dating.
Yep.
I got a new place in Staten Island, and Kendra was, out of all the people I know, Kendra's the one person who came out and helped me move, along with Sean. Sean did help me move. Sean Barnes, and thank you for that, Sean. And so Kendra was, and that's why when I looked at her, I asked myself the question, why am I not dating her?
That's right. Always in your corner.
And I'm being real about it. Why am I not dating her? So, sometimes the person, that God has for you is right in front of your face,
Yep.
and she's been there. And like she said, when we came on hard times or like, just a rough patch in our relationship, because that happens, I would go back to the fact, what, she's always had my back. You know what, I'm gonna have to, just tough this out.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you fight for, and you have to really dig deep and figure out, is this moment in the relationship gonna break it, right? So it's not for us. It wasn't infidelity or finances to the like somebody taking money or the way we were parenting. So those are the three legs, right? So just making sure that those things were intact for us. But again, just being friends and being silly. And Jason is silly. He's more the jokester than I am. I'm the one that gives you the whip back, like what you just say, and then it's on.
Well, I mean, look, it's hard to be mad at someone when you're smiling, right? It really is. So if I can make you laugh, I know I got half the battle won.
Yeah, that just gives you like maybe not half.
But that's better than nothing.
Who knows?
Shut up. So anyway,
yeah, it's time. It's 8:00, and we're starving.
Yes, we're gonna go eat a waffle.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the Best Western, so the closest thing
Pancake.
is there's a toss up between Waffle House and Cracker Barrel.
I think we need a classy spot, so we're gonna go to Waffle House.
That's classy. That's the date. See, I bring him to the hotel, the Best Western, and he takes me to the Waffle House. That's it. All right. So next week, what we're going to talk about next week? You're going to be away.
I am going to be away, but you know what? We'll figure it out.
Okay. So
we're going to get ahead of our episodes too.
Yeah, same time. So happy Valentine's Day to people who celebrated this week, and happy anniversary to quite a few people who have anniversaries this week and some birthdays and all types of good stuff. And we will see you next week. This time, though, we will be separated.
We will be, but we'll still be on, and like we've been before. And then we should have told people what we did for Valentine's Day. I made her breakfast and dinner.
I made the wine come out of the bottle.
Yeah, she did.
Into the glass.
She made the wine come out the bottle.
I also made the flowers that came from the Publix, and as also the desserts that came from the Publix. See, I'm romantic.
No.
Okay.
So thank you all for joining. We appreciate y'all. And of course, listen, we're always willing to take suggestions. One thing that I'm going to be doing next week is, or I'd like to do next week, is give away some free HelloFresh meals.
Yeah.
So that's something we'll be doing. So,
yep.
Look out for that.
Yes, right? If you would like to try HelloFresh.
And if you'd like to try it, send us a note as well. For the people who are on, send us a note and say, I'd like to have a free HelloFresh.
We have cards to give away.
We have them to give away.
Yep.
All right. So with that, y'all, we'll talk to y'all next time.
Bye, everybody. Come on, let's go to Cracker Barrel.
Oh, my God. Bye, y'all.